संकाय सदस्य और लाइट ऑफ द लैम्प हु हैज टू शो द लाइट टू द लैम्प। और मैं अपनी बात शुरू करता हूं। टॉपिक मेरा है प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल, और मैं बात शुरू करता हूं कि ऐसी वैसी बातों से खामोशी ही बेहतर है, या ऐसी बात करो जो खामोशी से बेहतर है। तो दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, बिकॉज इफ यू आर स्टार्टिंग ए टॉपिक, whether you have started well or not, that is very, very important. And I will remind, the power is the word that one should learn. Power. P means preparation. What is your preparation? Second, W-O. O is P-O, whether you have organized your thought correctly or not. W means whether you have written it or not. If you have not written, I have written it. You have seen the two book I take out. I have written extra what I have to speak, whether you have edited or not. And last, whether you have refined your knowledge or not. Because whatsoever you are doing, it may be correct for you, but it may not be correct for others. So whether you have refined or not. But I will use R for also whether you have rehearsed or not. Without rehearsal, you cannot become a good actor. Because you have to speak and people have to listen. Yes or no? So, first and foremost thing for anything, that you have started well or not. And I will remind Vivekananda, who said, brothers and sisters from America, and people started listen, because people are not aware that this is the way to start. And for me, the most important to start, I will always remind the Shakespeare's novel of Julius Caesar. Friends, Romans and countrymen, I am here, please lend your ear, I am here to bury Julius Caesar, not to praise him. Because he was talking to Brutus and his supporters. And he kept on telling that Brutus was an honorable man. And you know the history, how his speech made a change in color and complexion of whole Roman Empire. Those people who have read it may be knowing it. So most important thing is to start well, whether your voice is clear or not, whether you cover the topics or not. What is important? I am talking to you on the presentation skill. So I have to see if whether I have covered the topics or not, whether the voice modulation is correct or not, whether speech is correct or not, whether pauses is correct or not. Because you all remember that even with the pauses, if you are an effective speaker, you can be like, one example is Atal Bihari Vajpayee. His pauses were jarring, but still he was liked because he had prepared very well and he used the language and metaphor very correctly. If you are feeling thirsty, use water, say sorry and start speaking. Otherwise, people are not here to listen nonsense that you are going to speak. People are here, they are very serious, they wanted to listen something good. And definitely I will take 10 to 15 minutes. I am not saying, if you tell me to say in 3 minutes, I can say anything in 3 minutes, but you have to give chance for preparation for one day. Because I wrote a long letter, the most important thing, I wrote a long letter because I did not get time to prepare for the short letter. This is what I always say. Because without preparation, I can sit 7 days continuously on most of the topics you have read. I am saying with utmost sense of certainty. But if I have to speak 2 lines, I have to prepare well so that it can make an emphasis. Yes or no? So that is very important that you have to learn. So what I said, whether you have prepared well or not, whether your speech is correct or not. Because I have to say something, I have to take pauses and speak. But pace is also very important. Because sometimes you have to understand whether pace is synchronizing with what I am saying and what you are understanding. Because what I always say in class, that presentator, the person who is presenting must have better presentation than the daydream of the listener. Why you have come here? To daydream and sleep and enjoy with your daydream. आज कैसे हीरोइन बनना है मुझे, कहां फंस गए आप बैंक में. So your day room should be better than my presentation, otherwise you cannot enjoy the day. But I have come here with the proper planning that my presentation should be better than your day room, so that what I am thinking I am able to achieve. So I have said that whether you are using stories correctly or not, because in a 3 minutes also you can say a story. I use humor very much, but I always suggest that not use humor too much, because it needs very capability, lot of capability to speak humor and still make the person connected to the topic. Most of the time people will start it in a humorous class, you have to enjoy it. So I generally recommend in presentation, anecdote you can use. Anecdote, for example, I am saying one anecdote, just to make you understand. एक बार क्या हुआ कि भगवान हनुमान जो फेंकते थे ईंट, तो पुरानी बात अगर याद होगा, तो फेंकते थे, वो तैरने लगता था. तो राम ने सोचा कि मैं फेंकूंगा तो मैं तो वही हूँ. राम का नाम बोला, फेंका और तैरने लगा. राम ने उठा के फेंका पानी में अंदर चला गया. राम बोला, अरे अजीब बात है, तुमने मेरा नाम लेके फेंका और वो तैरने लगा, और हमने अपने फेंका तो डूब गया. बोला कि जिसको राम के हाथ से जो छूट गया होगा ना, हनुमान ने बोला, वो कहाँ ऊपर आएगा, तो हमेशा नीचे ही जाएगा. सो दिस इज एनेक्डोट कैन बी यूज्ड, कि जिसको बड़े लोग छोड़ देते हैं उसको कभी भी वो ऊपर नहीं जाएगा, हमेशा नीचे जाएगा. सो एनेक्डोट शुड बी यूज्ड वेरी करेक्टली, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम यू फेल टू यूज एनेक्डोट, because we have to believe in presentation 100 by 0 principle. I believe 100 by 0, give your 100%, don't expect anything that people will understand, but never ignore it. I connect, I always believe it is not possible to see the faces of the people because you are new to in this area. So I believe I will see her, I will see him and him. People will believe that she will believe that he was saying to me also. So this is something that is a suggestion of Bill Clinton, that if you are not able to speak and see the faces of other people, you try to see all the 4 corners, people will believe that you have seen every corner. And everybody will feel connected. So whether whatever you are saying, you are connected or not. Important thing is that if you have begun well, I always call that beginning is the most important thing. I can even recommend people that it is better to remember 2 words, though I am against them. Everybody, but I always recommend, it is possible to cram two sentences only. But cramming is all, everybody is born original and ultimately will become copycat. So what is important, the 2 line is okay, but never try to memorize your presentation. Once you memorize, you will definitely fail. So this is something that you have to note. But you have to prepare with. Whether you have rehearsed for 5 or 10 times or not, if you are not done, you are going to fail. Important thing in whether you are able to connect people or not. And if you are not covered the topics correctly, and if people are thinking, what I have to do actually, he is talking about the presentation skill, and he has not said the simplicity matters, then what matters then? Simplicity always. Gandhiji's simplicity was more important than some of the best person you have seen in the world. So simplicity always matters. So whether my language is simple or not, whether it is understandable or not, because possibly whenever I am saying something, people are not able to understand. And if people are not able to understand, what is the fun of? Because I am going to take 10 to 15 minutes, it means 47%, 50%, 500 minutes of time. I don't have right to kill 500 minutes of time of you all people. So you have to understand that you have to respect the time of another person. You are not here for making a joke purpose. You are here in a very serious business of learning presentation skills. Whether your dress is correct or not, yeah? If your dress is not well, how you make effective presentation? Some of the people have fascination about the dress. If my dress is not good, and a lot of people might be feeling so, then you will not like my presentation also. I am fabby. What I did? we wear half shirt, so my stomach belly is not appearing so big. But yesterday I saw the photograph. It was so bad. I thought, यार क्या मैंने पहन के बाहर के बैठा था. बगल में दो स्मार्ट आदमी बैठा हुआ था, उसके बीच में मैं बैठा हुआ था. So you have to be very careful about how to save your unintelligence and incapability. Speaking is an art that is to cover your incapability. Without knowing people, because never put dirty linen before the customer. This is the marketing jargon. Never put dirty linen before the customer. Because even if, and you all know presentation skill that I have seen in marriage time, not your time, you people are very smart and finding your match very easily, but we people are very bad. Finding was done by the parents only. Not like these people, you people are very smart. So, mother parents were finding match. So, even मान लीजिए wife है उस समय में professional officer है, was very important position in bank. I am talking the 90. So, लड़की वाले प्रेजेंटेशन बड़ा अच्छा करते थे कि हम बोलते हैं उसको मजाक में ह्यूमर की बात कर रहे हैं. तो जैसे कि लड़की गाना भी गाती है, डांस भी करती है, बहुत सीधी सज्जन गाय जैसी है. शादी के बाद मुझे पता लगा कि उसको सिंग भी है और गाना और डांस मुझे करना पड़ा. So this is something that you have to understand how you are attracting people in presentation. I'm not talking about that I'm here to attract your managers because I wanted to know whether you have tomorrow, if you have to speak, whether you have worked hard or not, and whether you have written the topics or not, whether you have presented rehearsal or not, whether you have taken feedback or not. Whether you have seen your presentation or not, whether you are speaking before the mirror or not, that is something, lot of questions that you have to answer before coming to. But never keep hands like this, because this indicates closed hand always stops people from listening. So that is something, because you have to be aware what the organizer. Suppose you are talking on rape or dowry. Whether you are making in-person appeal or not. So appealing is very important. Your closing, their closing can be very differently. Some of them in consolidation also. Some you are trying to take commitment. If you are marketing presentation, you want to have commitment. So you have to take commitment. Suppose you are talking about the polythene. You have to say कि कल के डेट में जब आप पॉलिथीन लेके निकलो तो एक बार याद रखना कि आपने भविष्य में अपने बेटे के लिए जो जिंदगी खड़ी करने जा रहे हैं वो स्वीकार्य होगा. सो वेदर यू आर मेकिंग एन अपील करेक्टली और नॉट. हम पढ़ने की बात करने जा रहे हैं, हम बोलने पढ़ने की बात करने जा रहे हैं, और एक बात तो अपील करेंगे ना कि हम जानते हैं कि पढ़ना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, लेकिन एक छोटी सी किताब है जो 20 पेज की है, आप सब पढ़ लेंगे, लेकिन इसको पढ़ेंगे तो हो सकता है आपकी जिंदगी परिवर्तन हो जाए. समय दीजिए, समय की सीमाएं हैं. मैं हमेशा बोलता हूं, और जब कभी भी मुझे छोटा टॉपिक से बोलना पड़ता है, कम समय बोलना, मैं बहुत हार्ड प्रिपरेशन करता हूं, क्योंकि रीराइट करना बहुत जरूरी होता है. रीराइट क्यों करना जरूरी है? क्योंकि रीराइट करने की आप कभी भी अच्छा बोल नहीं सकते हो. साथ में आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि जब आप आ रहे थे, आपकी बॉडी ऐसा नहीं होगी. बहुत बार बहुत ज्यादा मूवमेंट बहुत बड़े लोगों को करना पड़ता है, लेकिन बहुत बार हमारे ऐसे मूवमेंट करने से क्या होता है, एवरीबॉडी हैज टू मूव हिज आई ऑल द टाइम, कीप ऑन सीइंग. व्हाई यू विल चेंज? थोड़ा बहुत मूवमेंट जरूरी है, बिकॉज दैट विल stop the rigidity of you in seeing certain things. But lot of movement always harm the interest of the participant and also the impact. Depending on certain presentation, it is okay, but most of the presentation that you are making for 3 minutes or 4 minutes, movement always takes away the imagination of the people, because you are interested only in listening. And you have to understand, you have to be very careful about some of the doctor, I will call doctor talkative, जो बीच में बात करते रहेगा अपने में. Sorry. Thank you for waiting. So, Dr. Side talk. People are very smart. Yesterday I was seeing a lot of people were sitting and talking a bit in between. So that you have to be aware of that. But Dr. White, they are the great dreamer. They They will remain quite appears that they are very serious, but you have to get him up. Their eyes is open. They are thinking of moving in seeing a film and talking and dreaming about the girlfriend and boyfriend. They are very smart. So you have to awaken him to bring him the class. And that is why sometimes some sort of emphasis is very, very important. Because if people lost the imagination, then you take certain. Suppose you are making certain, you cheat. I will allow a small cheat. For example, if I have to see, I have not seen, and I want that I have not seen correctly. So I can see certain thing how I should present. And if I say it is better to be prepared and don't get an opportunity rather than not to be prepared and get an opportunity. Yesterday, everybody has said you that you have to prepare. You have to speak. Why not I thought a plan and came here because everybody has got an opportunity whether I was seriously seeing or not. So I will say we have made a serious mistake of not preparing. Yes or no? Because this is a great opportunity for me to test my capability, and again I will get an opportunity to succeed, because it is always matter that if you are at the pinnacle. And presentation skill improves only by doing again and again. So whether you are doing again or again. So these are some of the important topics that I have covered. There are a lot of other body language, pace, speech, dressing style, eye contact, voice modulation. There is a certain selection of words, simplicity. I will call this. There are a lot of words that can be used. If I use my writing study I have done in this, so I will say I will call. There is a lot of things I have written in this particular presentation that know your content. What I have written, I would like to captivate your audience by anecdote, a small story. What I have written it, I am just adding it. Prepare self mentally. I have come here, I just bola, yeah, I am very smart, I can do something. But whether I am mentally prepared or not, speak in a moderate pace. Pace should be very, very important, because people will get one opportunity to listen. You may get opportunity later, but people will not get an opportunity again to listen. So that will make an impact. Give vivid example. I will always call begin with end in mind. Yesterday I have said you people, you begin with end in mind. So whether I am beginning to speak, whether I am doing it or not, I am never practice, and I will call a smile. Or yesterday I was saying, yes, smile is something that attracts people. So whether I can smile or not, like suppose you are talking about the Dory Day and you are smiling, it will harm the interest of your face should be according to the topics. Enjoy the speech and contact with the audience. Whether you are able to connect your audience or not. Never try to say one bad people, undermine one people against other. But topics, most of the problem that I saw today, I am closing to the crafting, understanding, or everything is very, very important. But I will say what is the mistake today. First, we are not able to speak our topics. What is my topics? I have to say presentation. I am going to take about the presentation skill. Why I am saying you can add it? I am saying presentation skill before you because I am interested that you people should be able to present yourself effectively in all the interactions that you are making. And as CGM sir was saying, that you people will be allowed to do the job of marketing, your presentation skill always matters. So I was able to connect people yesterday, and you are able to connect because he has also said it, your posting may be done on the marketing also. So, how you connect the activity yesterday you have seen. For example, I will like that dancing of her. You have danced, dancing attracted me. Yes, just she took the challenge of dancing between the public without knowing it correctly, knowing the crowd correctly. She set example that possibly if you have a skill you can succeed. So I was able to connect you, and you may have liked it. And I was playing with some of the people, table tennis. I was able to connect some of the people, 4 or 5 people with the table tennis. So this is how you have to connect in the class. So you have rightly said, yes, I have a lot of experience of foreign bank and Indian bank. If I have to say it, I will say the foreign bank and Indian bank, and I will be able to connect it. So this is all about I wanted to tell. I am giving you freedom that say topics, normal topics, and I have to speak 3 minutes, whether I am able to speak or not, I will say before this. Then you can close. I don't have any problem.